Many people wonder, why do I have varicose veins and my brother or sister don't? Is it because I stand on my feet all day? Is it because I've crossed my legs? And while those things may be contributory, the number one cause of varicose veins in any patient is genetics. It's just what you inherit from your parents. And some people will have it worse than others, but it's not something that you can actually prevent. If you're going to get varicose veins, you're going to get them. And the good news is that they're not as difficult to treat today as they were 4 or 5 years ago. And patients, by and large, are very happy with the treatments we use now. The standard treatment for venous insufficiency, or a vein that was flowing backwards, was to do what was called vein stripping. It was done in the operating room. It was painful. There was a long convalescence. That's been largely replaced with what we call ablation procedures, where in the office the vein is, a catheter is put inside the vein, and the vein is coagulated either with heat or laser energy. It's done under local anesthetic. It takes about 30 minutes. It doesn't hurt. The patient walks out of the office and can resume normal daily activities immediately. And what's even more amazing is that the results from the laser and thermal ablation procedures are far better than the results we had from vein stripping.
Procedure doing it was really very simple. You know, it really was nothing to it. Got it done and walked out of there, and you know, I was actually hitting golf balls the same day I walked out of there. So, you know, I had no issues whatsoever.
One of the misconceptions that people have is that they have to have visible veins in order to have symptoms from varicose veins. And in reality, there's a large percentage of patients who have symptoms associated or related to their varicose veins, which occur despite the fact that they don't have any obvious visible varicose veins. Asked to evaluate a patient who had skin changes, some superficial ulcerations that weren't healing, but he had no obvious varicose veins or spider veins. We did an ultrasound, and he had a vein in his thigh on that leg that was flowing backwards. I did a 20 or 30-minute procedure in the office to close that vein down with a laser, and within 3 weeks his leg had healed, and it got to the point where he no longer had the ulcers. The leg looks essentially normal now, and he's able to wear a shoe and walk on it. So it in effect saved him from having to have an amputation. But in defense of the orthopedic surgeon, there was no way to know, no way obviously to know that the vein was the cause of the problem, and at least he had the foresight to have that evaluated, and that's how we were able to help him.
The pain is gone, but then none of the kids are saying, "Oh, Mom, what's wrong with your legs?" The cosmetic improvement is a bonus.
While it's true that there is a cosmetic benefit to treating veins with these techniques, our primary goal is to make patients' legs feel better. Most insurances will cover vein services, at least to a point, provided that the reason for it is because the patient is having an alteration of their activities of daily life because of their vein problems.
Right after the procedure, it was fine. I could sit for hours, where before I could sit for half an hour maybe, and I have to be up walking around. So, yeah, do it. It's the best thing you can do if your leg is swollen, if your ankle's swollen.
Veins are supposed to carry blood from the lower part of the body, the foot, back to the heart. And they're able to do that against gravity when you're standing because of a series of valves that are one-way valves that are located throughout the veins. When those valves fail because of genetics or trauma or a multitude of other things, sometimes when you're standing, then the blood, because those valves are no longer working, the blood will actually flow backwards. So symptoms can be as subtle as heaviness, just an aching sensation in the legs, night cramps, restless leg syndrome. That's often due to venous insufficiency. And the only way to really know whether or not the veins are the cause of those problems is to get an ultrasound. And the ultrasound looks at the veins that you can't see and how they function. Is the blood in those veins flowing in the proper direction, or are they diseased and is the blood flowing the wrong way?
Also, frankly, I had no idea it was going to be this quick and easy, and you literally could just take in a lunch hour and go have it done. And the results are so rewarding.